Spinel was having the worst time of her life. Away from her baby, away from her friends, away from her home Earth, stuck in Pink Diamond's room with bubbled rose quartz, she wasn't allowed to leave, knowing that Blue Diamond would just find her and escort her back. She laid on the cushions, trying to think of some form of relaxation wrenched in this place in the stars. How could she be so stupid to rescue Greg? She knows she only known Blue Diamond already there, but she was almost afraid now that this was the consequence. Would she be able to keep in the homeworld forever? Will she be shattered? Be sent back to Earth? She hoped for the later. Spinel, the pink gem jolted upwards and saw a blue pearl approaching her. What's this? I came to inform you that my diamond will arrive in a moment. Spinel groaned. Does she have to? I've been through enough already, just being here and done with that. Heartless monster. I understand your irritability, said Blue Pearl, surprisingly unfazed. But my diamond does not wish to harm you. I'm sorry, Blue. I don't want to take out my frustration on you. No need to apologize. I understand. The two gems were silent for a moment before the doors opened and stood Blue Diamond. Blue Pearl bowed and saluted to Diamond approached Spinel. Well, hello, dear Spinel, she greeted. How are you feeling? Never felt worse. I'm feeling alright. Blue Diamond seemed unsatisfied. Good. So glad to hear that. She gently picked her up, nuzzling her nose as she removed her hood. Oh, Spinel, I'm so sorry you've been taken away from Pink. You must have been so scared. Spinel gulped. Yes. She was my best friend, and had to see her shattered and taken away by Rose. It's been very hard for me, even today. But I couldn't come back here, since I thought you all would be unhappy for me not defending my diamond. I don't want to talk about it right now. At first, Spinel wouldn't tell if Diamond bought it or not, but felt glad, and she noted understandably. All right, dear Spinel, I understand if you do not wish to speak of Pink Diamond right now. I'll give you all the time you need. Right, Spinel responded, smiling nervously. Stars, just let it end. Blue Diamond continued to nuzzle the pink gems into her cheek, her powers forcing the tears down Spinel's cheeks. Oh, I just can't wait to show you to Yellow. She'll be so happy to see you again. Spinel grumbled quietly. Oh wow, we're completely different wavelengths here. Isn't this wonderful, Pearl? The Blue Diamond asked her servant. Spinel's family returned to us? Blue Pearl borrowed respectfully. Yes, it is. Spinel felt a surge of sympathy towards Pearl, while she had gone to Earth, free from slavery from any rules. Blue Pearl stayed back and obeyed her diamond's orders, unable to speak back at her. Just then the door opened, and Yellow Diamond appeared, looking cross. Please tell me you're joking. You only just left and already came back? Ah, Yellow, Blue Diamond perked up. You wouldn't believe I had found. She held up Spinel like a prize. It's the pink gem's lost treasure, Spinel. The moment the yellow monarch set her eyes on the pink gem, she cringed and took a step back. Oh dear. She then leaned in close, too close for Spinel's comfort. What has happened to you? You look hideous. Spinel clenched her fist, sweating profusely. I was just... Blue Diamond held her away. What does that matter? She's alive and well. We just need to bring her back to Homeworld as soon as possible. Spinel winced in alarm. No, this is the last place I want to be in. Yellow Diamond narrowed her eyes and then let out a sigh. Blue, you just can't keep doing this. You can't keep coming here to mourn her, throwing her around that you belong to her, or keep the entire gem off cut and shattered her into bubbles. Blue Diamond lowered her head. But they were hers. She made them, and this was all we have left of her. But now, she lifted up Spinel close once again. Now we have found her lost treasure. We have found all of the parts of her. However, Yellow Diamond pinched the bridge of her nose. Here, she took Spinel from the other diamond. You don't need to be any part of this. She placed the gem down next to the two pearls. The pearls glanced at her and the yellow one in surprise. You're back! Yellow Pearl gasped. Spinel gave her a weak smile. Yeah, it's been some time, huh? Before she could continue, she heard and watched the diamonds arguing. But really, Yellow, what are you here for? I'm here to bring you back into reality. I'm fine. Blue Diamond turned away. Just leave me be. You need to put this planet the whole debacle behind us, Yellow Diamond, Diamond Child. Blue Diamond then scowled through her tears. Why can't you just let me grieve? You just can't keep hiding here forever, eh? Why not? Yellow Diamond sighed, directing her attention to Pearl. They had to do something. Sing for her. Make her feel better. Yes, my diamond. Yellow Pearl obeyed and clearing her throat. She started at the other Pearl and cleared her throat again, giving her the message. Spinel nearly cringed at what they were about to sing, rather in a haunting way. Why would you want me to be here? What do you ever see here? What doesn't make you feel worse than do you? And tell me, what is this use of this feeling, Blue? Why would you want the employee subjects to destroy her? Why keep her in a silly zoo? Oh, tell me, what's the use of this feeling, Blue? An army has a use. They had to go and fight a war. A sapphire has a use. She could just tell you what it's for. The educated terrifies, Lapis terraforms. Where is their diamond when they need her? Blue, you've got to be the leader, Blue. During the song, Spinel notices that Stephen and Greg hiding behind the pillars, wearing a zoo man clothing. They made a gesture to remain silent, and which she did, yelping when Yellow Diamond picked her up. And yes, we have finally found the little toy. This Spinel was the last thing to bring her any joy, but now there was nothing she can do. So tell me, what is this use of this feeling? What's the use of the feeling? What's the use of feeling, Blue? After placing the frightening Spinel down, she handed down to the pearls, which they hopped on in. Oh, how can you stand there with it at all? Here with it all? Drowning with all this regret? Wouldn't you rather forget about her? Oh, would it be a grand to get rid of it all? Rid of it all. Let's make a planned attack. She started looking forward and stepping back. Spinel began subtly moving towards the door behind the pillars across from Stephen and Greg. Oh yes, we still love her, and we have always thinking of her. Don't you know I miss her too? But tell me, what is the use of feeling? What's the use of feeling? What's the use of feeling? As Yellow Diamond hummed the remainder of the song, Blue Diamond went over the place and placed on her back. The pearls, on the other hand, noticed Spinel hiding behind a pillar to close the door, and the pink gem gave him a wave. They nodded as the doors opened. Stephen, Greg, and Spinel ducked through as the blue gem, Holly Blue Lake, along with Sapphire and Ruby, walked in. For the first time in a while, Spinel felt the true relief to see them again, other than united with her two homeworld friends. And we haven't arrived, said Holly Blue. And with that all, with the two claps, Pearl stepped away. Spinel didn't make a peep, and she watched her friends talk with the worst enemies. My diamond, Holly Blue greeted. My gracious, wondrous, immensus, intrudus diamonds. She then saw Yellow Diamond was present as well. Oh my, it's truly an honor to bask you in your resistance. Yes? Get to the point, Galate, Yellow Diamond told her. The taller blue gem cleared her throat. Yes, of course, my deepest apologies. You'll be pleased to know that your sapphire has been complete with your special delivery. Blue Diamond turned and glared suspiciously. What special delivery? The special delivery you requested from Earth, of course, explained Holy Blue. I never asked Sapphire to go to Earth. Sapphire immediately tensed up in fear and ice before forming on the floor beneath her. Come on, Sapphire, Spinel encouraged her head. She was thankful to see that Ruby hold her partner's hand, allowing her to relax and explain a little ignorant lie. My future vision saw for you, my diamond, desiring more humans for the zoo, so I acted accordingly. Blue Diamond continued to stare, before lowering her head. It's true? The window is preserving the Earth specimens and closing? Spinel heard Stephen let out a quiet, relieved breath. What is it that you want? The Yellow Monarch asked as the Yellow Diamond began to continue to ask Sapphire. Sapphire, has the cluster emerged yet? No, it hasn't, the Blue Prophet replied. Yellow Diamond seemed dissatisfied. Then he is still there, and that will all be fine. She clapped twice. Holy Blue then blowed respectively. My diamonds. With that said, Spinel and Greg saw that their only chance they had the group left. They had to follow them right then and there. Spinel took last group a glance at the pearls before the door closed, wishing them luck. While the trio hid behind Amethyst, Holy Blue, who let out a breath. 2 diamonds? I can't believe it. Can you believe it? Well, of course you can. You probably foresaw the whole thing. Of course, Sapphire nervously said. No surprises here. Unfortunately, back in the room, Blue Diamond looked down on the floor. At least we still have, but they saw that Spinel was nowhere to be found. What? Yellow Diamond inquired. Spinel? The Blue Monarch shrieked. She's gone! Gone! Her panicked voice as she filed to another exit, with Yellow Diamond following her, protesting. The pearls, while trailing back and behind them, masters remained silent, happy that their friend escaped. Outside the room, and the alarms began to go off and blare out loudly, causing the guards of gems to freeze up the noise. The halls illuminating red. This is an emergency! The Blue Diamond's shrill voice echoed throughout the halls. Spinel is missing. Find her and bring her to me. Holy Brew flinched. Oh my, right away! She ran off, presumably to find the guards. Run! Sapphire shouted, as they all just did that. Thanks to Sapphire's future vision, they sped for the halls, passed for the guards, and Spinel was bewildered to find that they weren't going to do a thing to stop them, but wasn't given any time to ask where they found the ship hangar. The crystal gems all got to the roaming eye, activating it as spinning off into the starry sky. Spinel refused to look back at the zoo, unable to cut the faint sounds of the alarms. After for a while, they were far away from the zoo as possible, and everyone sighed in relief. That, MFS panted, was so close. Ruby and Sapphire fused back into Garnet. I agree. Spinel sat up, still exhausted from running, with pairs of arms wrapped around her shoulders. Spinel! Stephen cried. We found you! Oh, my baby! Spinel hugged him back, smiling lovingly. I never gave up on you, or any of you. The other pair of arms wrapped around her. Thank the stars. It was Pearl. I was worried about you. Spinel accepted her hug as well. Oh, Pearl. Then they all explained their own adventures in the zoo. Spinel was surprised to hear that about Greg and Stephen's experience inside the zoo with zoo-mans. And MFS guards weren't exactly bad at all. They were on her side. Some of the guards were just being from the beta kindergarten, just much as the Finn Jasper nicknamed Skinny and the short Carmelian. Then Spinel was able to get a chance to tell them about the experience. It was rather short, but all it did was the Pink Diamond's room, lay there in boredom, unable to leave due to Blue Diamond's overwhelming solstice, which she despised. The only thing good about this, Spinel finished, was meeting up with Blue Pearl and Yellow Pearl. Whoa, Stephen even stared in shock and awe. Well, Greg chuckled a bit. It's good to be finally out of there. Garnet clenched her fist, grumbling about how she wanted to punch Holy Blue for what she said about Blue Diamond being merciful. Spinel let out a sigh. Let's go home, shall we? With a nod, Stephen and Spinel later controlled the panel, and they warped back to Earth, hoping it was the last time Spinel had to deal with the diamonds. Pearl then stepped out of her room, stepped out into the living room, standing eyes on the pink gem, sprawled out from the couch, trying to sleep, but it had been 2 days since Blue Diamond had kidnapped Greg and Spinel, and the two were still recovering from what that scary moment was. Spinel took it worse. Pearl was very aware of Spinel's hatred for the diamonds and the homeworld stuff. She couldn't blame her for that, and even felt nothing gratitude that Spinel was okay, but emotionally, no. Hey! Pearl walked over to the couch, sat down and placed her hand on the pink gem's shoulder. How are you? Spinel grumbled something into the pillow. Still thinking about the diamonds? I've never grown. This time it was more loud and annoyed. Pearl gently stroked Spinel's shoulder. Well, if you're not with them anymore, you've got me, Steven, Garnet, MFS, and everyone else now. You're not going back there. Spinel finally lifted her eyes, and her voice was cold with irritation. I know that, Pearl, but I just can't stop thinking about it. It's so cold and empty up there. Makes no sense at home. There was even so little friends on your side. Like, who are those two pearls? Exactly, the pink gem lashed out before shoving her face back in the pillow, her words somewhat audible. I never want to go back or think about that place again. Pearl sighed, and they both remained silent for a few moments before the pale gem spoke again. Hey, why don't we do something to take your mind off of it? Like what? Spinel lifted her head slightly. Pearl thought for a moment. Well, it's a thing humans do when they want to spend together, not just friends. I forgot what they're called. A dot? You mean a date? The pale gem blushed a bit bright blue, but then grinned. Yes, a date. I'd like to take you out on the date. The moment that Spinel heard those words, her eyes shot wide as moons as they lifted off her body to stare at their long-life friend in disbelief. Pearl? What? What? I just thought it'd be nice if we... No, Pearl, it's not that. It's just... Spinel covered her mouth, blushing deep pink as she looked away. You just surprised me. Pearl laughed for a moment to give some relief off. Yes, I did. But if you think I'm joking, I'm not. Spinel's blush got darker, and the pink gem finally faintly glowed pink pale gem on placed on her hands on hers. I've been thinking about our relationship should go, and I wanted to ask you for a long time, but you told me to give you more time. And well, to be honest, I can't wait any longer, and seeing you like this, it hurts me. Another hand planted on itself as Spinel continued. So please, let's have a special night together. I want to help you heal, even if it takes forever. I want to make up for lost time. Please, let me make you feel happy again. Light danced in Spinel's eyes, small tears trickling down her cheeks. Pearl, she sniffed and wiped her tears. Of course I'll go. Pearl nearly squealed as the embrace of the gem. Oh, thank you, Spinel. I promise to make this the night you'll never forget. I know you will. Later that night, Pearl and Spinel warped onto what seemed to be the cannon where they've taken Steven to find Rose's armory. What is this place? Spinel was confused. Just follow me, Pearl grinned mischievously. If you can. As fast as lightning, Pearl leapt away down the path, as Spinel running behind her. She didn't know that Pearl could be so fast. Down the trail of the cannon was a forest that was a long distance away, pointed rocks jutting out of several places on the trail. Spinel was unable to see or hear Pearl walk down the trail, still worry. Something poked from her shoulder, making her spin out now to find nothing there. She gulped until she heard a tiny stone fall to the ground. Pearl, what? Then she looked up. It was the pale gem herself, standing on one of the tall jutting rocks. A breeze brushed through Pearl's peach blonde hair, the moonlights reflecting upon the pale gemstone, and even her eyes gazed down upon her, glistering with love. Spinel was at awe for Pearl's beauty and smiled. Hearts beat fast, colors and promises. How to be so brave? How can I fall in love when I'm afraid to fall? But I'm watching you stand alone. All of my doubt suddenly goes away somehow. One step closer. I have died every day to wait for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I'll love you for 1,000 more. Spinel playfully chased Pearl down the rest of the trail until they got into the forest. When Pearl disappeared again, Spinel kept on the lookout until she heard a rustle and poked Pearl's nose. They laughed until Pearl ran off once again. Time stands still. Beauty is all she is. I will be brave. I will not let anything take away what's standing right in front of me. Every breath, every hour has come to this. One step closer. I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I'll love you for 1,000 more. And all along I've believed I would find you, and our time has brought to my heart to me. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I'll love you for 1,000 more. Finally, Pearl thought that she had lost Spinel when she hid behind a birch tree, snickered to herself, thinking that she outsmarted the pink gem until a leaf had fell on her head. While she plucked it off, more leaves fell. She looked over as Spinel pounced on her. The gems laughed together as they stood up. Pearl held out her hand for Spinel, requesting for a dance. Blushing deeply, Spinel took it and they stride through the thin trees, lasting for a few moments. One step closer. When Spinel pressed her back to Pearl's chest, holding each other's hands during their dance, she looked at the pale gem and she thought she'd never seen her more beautiful in her life, even after 1,000 years of spent together. One step closer. In a twist, Pearl spun Spinel, still holding her hand, then pulling her towards her, dripping the pink gem down. Spinel slightly sighed happily. I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years, and I'll love you for 1,000 more. And all along I've believed I would find you. The time has brought your heart to me. I will love you for 1,000 years. I'll love you for 1,000 more. Pearl and Spinel continued their trek through the forest, and the gems clutching in their hands as they arrived at a huge lake, the moonlight dancing upon its surface. Wow, Spinel whispered. It's beautiful. Pearl nodded, which makes a perfect place to have what humans call a date. From her gemstone, it came a picnic basket and a blanket. Spinel stepped back as Pearl laid down the blanket on the ground and spread it and sitting down. But Pearl patted the spot for her and Spinel sat down beside her. The gems pulled out the food from the basket, which was simply collections of fruits, Spinel's favorite food. Where did you get these? Spinel asked as a polite laughter. Picked them all myself, Pearl replied, lifting her chin up with pride. She also brought her some soft drinks as Spinel took a cola out. Much to her surprise, Pearl grabbed the Sprite, opening it. Are you? Pearl bit her lip. I just thought I'd try. Spinel grinned. You don't have to, but it's very sweet of you. She took gulps of her cola. The pale gem glanced down at her drink hesitantly, taking a breath and then put it into her mouth, allowing just a bit to touch her tongue. How is it? Spinel asked. Pearl was silent for a few seconds. It's really good. She took a few more brave sips. The pink gem smiled. I'm so glad you're taking the step to eating and drinking technically. Oh, Spinel, Pearl whispered. I can't imagine a life without you. Spinel laughed slightly at the thought. Yeah, imagine it. Me still in the garden, forcing you to hide the secret alone. That would be pretty horrible, wouldn't it? Yes, it would, the pale gem breathed. But I couldn't feel any more blessed than to have you with me, Spinel. You're such a good mother for Stephen, even more than me. Oh, Pearl, don't say that. You've been a wonderful parent for Stephen, like Garnet and Amethyst. But you are the one who opened them for the moment when you met me. I was still grieving over Rose, but you really stepped in to make a parent role for him. We can't even thank you enough for all the hard work, for putting this to your care into Stephen. Thanks, Pearl. I love him like if he was my own son. That probably sounds weird because gems can't reproduce like humans, but I thought I'd give my life for him. Anything to keep him from getting hurt in any way. And that's why I love you so much. You're so caring and brave to face anything for him. Good mothers would do anything to their children happy, right? Right. For the next hour or so spent by, the two gems were talking, laughing, while Spinel ate her fruit. Pearl was hesitant on eating, only tolerating her drinking for soda. Once full, the two lay down, staring up at this array of stars above. The moon was on its crown jewel. You know, Spinel spoke, I've always said the stars look better from here. Agreed, said Pearl. At first she seemed a little tense, as if she was waiting for something to happen. But she decided to take it on herself, grinning slightly and sitting up. When Spinel noticed she had copied her movements, Pearl? The pale gem only grinned as she moved closer to Spinel, blinking slowly as letting Spinel gain a lurch by her gaze. I never thought you looked so beautiful, Pearl spoke quietly as she ran over Spinel's pigtail, smoothing it out with her hand. Spinel blushed dark pink, though, as her black tear stains. Her gem was given a faint light. Pearl leaned in closer, Spinel feeling the glow in her gem, reasoning and illuminating her body with the moonlight. Even the pale gemstone glowed bright sky blue. The Spinel was left speechless by everything she ever was seeing. She felt no fear, anger, or any sorrow, nothing except love and joy. Her hand moved upwards towards Pearl's shoulder, bringing her closer until their foreheads touched, gazing into each other's eyes. Spinel, Pearl whispered, almost inaudibly, as she made her first move. The pink gems widened as they touched her lips and her body tensing up. The glow in their gemstones sprinkled with light, showering the eruption. Of course, Spinel couldn't even help but dreamed as Pearl continued her action. She knew what it was. It was humans do when they loved each other so much. It was so strange, yet so beautiful. Feeling comforting to confidence, Spinel leaned over to Pearl, deepening the wonderful gesture, but after a while they split apart. Spinel touched her lips. Pearl, I didn't think... Oh gosh. Pearl laughed lightly. I know. It's weird, but I'm sure you've been waiting for that for a while. Spinel felt her heart soar. Her gem was giving off faint specks of joyous light. Almost nothing else could compare to how she felt. She then waited so long to have Pearl to herself. And to Pearl, it's how he became a reality. With that said, tears spilling, Spinel wrapped her arms around Pearl, pinning her to the ground, pressing her lips together. Once more, they laughed and cried, finally able to let go of the past and take the comfort and take the love in one another. They separated again. Spinel clutched the backside of the pink gem's head, feeling the smooth peach blonde hair. I love you, Pearl. I love you too, Spinel. They separated again. Spinel clutched the backside of the pale gem's head, feeling the smooth hair again. Stephen woke up slowly, headed towards downstairs to see something odd. It was Spinel sprawled out onto the couch, still asleep with a happy grin on her face. Her limbs stretched out and hung like noodles. She even giggled a bit in her sleep. Spinel? He walked over to the couch. The pink gem opened her eye. Yes, love? Are you okay? The Spinel hummed a little. I sure am. Never felt better. I had a wonderful dream last night where Pearl and I went on an adventure and chose to become partners and loved each other. Oh, Stephen nodded in understanding. But do you know what's the best part? What is it? It wasn't a dream.